Yeah, coming at you today with another episode of the Criminal University, trying to keep everyone safe and keep them out the system. If you like the content, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support, you heard? Straight like that, you know what I'm saying? Today's lesson is about cutting your losses. Understanding if you ain't got no wins, sometimes the best thing to do is just cut your losses, you know what I'm saying? Today's story takes place in about 2004, 2005, somewhere in that time period, you know what I mean? Around this time, I'm living in New York, Queens to be exact, and I have to go to court in Tennessee. Around this time, I had 3 open cases. I had one in Tennessee, one in North Carolina, and one in New York, you know what I'm saying? So I got to find out how to get to court in Tennessee. Now, the part of Tennessee where I had to go to court at, Eastern Tennessee, is far from the airport. So once you fly in, you would have to get a rental car and drive another 3 or 4 hours to get there. You know what I'm saying? So rather than do all that, the best thing to do would be just to drive there. You know what I'm saying? Now, in order to drive there, you got to get on 95 South, which is one of the hottest interstates in the country, in the world for that matter. Anyone that knows the highways, knows the interstates, knows that 95 South and 95 North is on fire. You know what I'm saying? But we would have to go to court, drive from New York to Tennessee. So I needed to find a driver because at this time I ain't had my license, you know what I'm saying? So I needed to get me a driver and we had to get a car. So I hollered at my man D. D's good, he's solid, so he took the ride with me and you know what I'm saying? We had to get a rental car. We got a 300M. They just came out around that time. Those are the at the time they looked like Bentleys or whatever. When you first see them, people mistake those for Bentleys, you know what I'm saying? Looking back, that was probably our first mistake because that car actually put the spotlight on us too much or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Ain't realized it at the time, but looking back, I think that's one of the first mistakes we made, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So we get on the highway, whatever. We're on the highway for a few hours or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Everything's going fine at first or whatever until we get to Virginia. And this is just the tip of Virginia. This is right after you pass DC or whatever. This is Fairfax County, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? This is in the area they call the DMV area, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. That area right there is called the DMV. You know what I'm saying? So as we get to Virginia, boom, we get stopped. We get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? 2 police officers in the car. They had a unmarked car or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they pull us over. They walk up on us. One of them walks to my side. One of them walks to D's side. Police officer got his flashlight out, puts his flashlight through the window on me, and there happens to be a seed on my pants. We just rolled a joint or a blunt a little while ago, and I guess I left the seed on my pants. So now just that seed right there gave him probable cause to search the vehicle. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't tripping though because I ain't really had nothing on me. I had a little 5-6 grams of weed, a pocket knife, and I had a fake ID. So the whole time, they didn't know my real info. You know what I'm saying? I had a driver's license from the Virgin Islands, and they didn't know my real name or nothing. The whole time they was calling me by the other name. You know what I'm saying? So they pulled us out the car. They searched me. They found the weed or whatever. Boom. Little pocket knife. Like I said, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? They pulled D out the car. D, come to find out, has a bag of coke in his pocket. Word. It's only like a half a gram or a gram, but he has a bag of coke in his pocket. And because of that, they charged me possession of a controlled substance or whatever, you know. They bring us to the precinct. The way the precinct is in Virginia is you have what's called a magistrate in the precinct, which is basically a small judge will set your bail or let you know if you're going to be released or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So cool. We get up in there. Whole time, they still don't know my info or whatever. And my bail gets set at $7,000. You know what I'm saying? D's bail gets $10,000, and they take us from there to Fairfax County Jail. But when they first bring you to the jail, there's an area where they just have bullpens, and they can hold you there up to 48 hours. We'll see if you can make bail, you know what I'm saying, rather than bring you to the bullpens of the cells or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, as we're in the bullpens, I'm asking D, like, yo, bro, what's up with that coke shit, you know what I'm saying? He talking about, oh, I must have left it in my pockets. I ain't know I had it there. Like, come on, bro. He talking about, yeah, he must have washed his clothes and left it in there. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? So he knows I frown upon that. So rather than be honest and tell me, you know what, bro, I had that on me to just keep me up for driving, I would have respected that more. You know what I'm saying? But he chose to lie. And because of that, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the real reasons why we got jammed up, because he could easily put that in the sock. If they don't find that, I truly don't believe that they's going to go any further with that on some bullshit ass weed charge. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we in there and we make bail. You know what I'm saying? I get bailed out. We get bailed out within whatever that time frame, within 24 hours, whatever. We get bailed out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to contemplate what's my best decision. You know what I'm saying? I know at the time I got open case in Tennessee, North Carolina, and New York. And all three of those are felony cases. You know what I'm saying? So I got to figure out what is my best bet so I don't, I'm trying to avoid them find out. They don't find out about this because that case in Virginia didn't pop up in Tennessee, North Carolina, or New York. It was a totally different system. So it didn't pop up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out, you know what? Let me get this done with as soon as possible. Let me try to figure out the best way I can just be done with this, and hopefully they won't find out about this. You know what I'm saying? So I go to court once or twice. I pay a lawyer $2,500, and I tell him, listen, find out what's the best deal you could get. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be done with this. You know what I'm saying? He goes to them, talks to them, and says, listen, the best they want to do is 15 days in the county jail. You know, so I got to do 15 days in the county jail for 3 bullshit ass misdemeanors, and I paid the lawyer $2,500. I still had to do 15 days. I'm like, you know what, cool, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the 15 days and just be done with that. But find out what you could do for D. You know what I'm saying? So as a courtesy, he talks to the prosecutor and says, listen, the best they could do for D is 90 days. It's a misdemeanor charge. He'll have to do 90 days and he'll be done with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling D, listen, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have no felony on your record, you know what I'm saying? And you'll just be done with this. If I was you, I would take that 90 days. This is Virginia. It's a Commonwealth state, and they don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck up your life on some BS, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, take this 90 days. You get this misdemeanor. You ain't got to worry about getting no felony on your record, and you just be done with this. Take your 90 days and be done with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course, he ain't want to listen to me. At this time, D ain't never did no time before, so he ain't want to just go to jail for 90 days. I'm listening, bro. I understand. Don't no one want to go to jail, but sometimes you just got to cut your losses. You know what I'm saying? What? He ain't listen to me. I'm like, all right, cool, bro. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? He turned down the 90 days. And that time, I end up doing my 15 days, and I'm done with it, right? I go to Fairfax County, do 15 days in there. Shout out to all the people in Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. Shout out to my boy Sparks from Berry Farms. They get busy out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I did my 15 days and I was done with that. You know what I'm saying? D, on the other hand, turns down the 90 days and gets a bright idea. Well, you know what? I'm not going to go back to court. You don't even go back to court. You know, he figures, you know what? I'm just, whatever. But of course, Virginia catches up with him. You know what I'm saying? And when they do catch up with him, instead of getting 90 days, D ends up having to do 18 months and catch a felony charge for that bullshit ass bag of coke. For 1 gram of coke, he had to do 18 months and caught a felony on his record because he didn't want to listen, and he turned down the 90 days and a misdemeanor charge. He would have been done with that. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be hard-headed, you know what I'm saying, and try to play hardball. What happens? 18 months in a felony charge instead of 90 days in a misdemeanor. You turn 90 days into 550 days. You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes you got to learn when it's time to cut your losses. You ain't got no wins. The best thing to do is cut your losses. It's not sound fun sometimes, but the best thing to do is cut your losses. You know what I'm saying? You'd have been done with that situation, did 90 days and had a misdemeanor on your record. Instead, you try to play hardball and had to do 18 months and caught a felony behind that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. That's why you also have to know whoever gets in your car, know what they have on them. If they got any drugs, any weapons, they have to let you know that in advance. Because you could have stashed that, whatever the situation is, you know now what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know if someone got no weapons and no drugs on them, bro, That's something that should be understood and explained from the beginning. You know what I mean? So one, make sure that you know who is getting in your car and what they have on them. And second, make sure that you know when it's time to cut your losses. You ain't got no wins, it's time to cut your losses. You heard? And that's it anyway today, man. It's another lesson from the Criminal University. If you like the content, make sure that you comment. You heard? Much respect to everyone out there trying to keep y'all safe and keep y'all out the system. Nothing but love, fam.